We are live now.
Yeah, good morning, everybody in the
Good
world. Let
morning.
me go live.
Hold up, we gotta go live on Instagram too.
Yes, I gotta go live on Instagram. Here I
As
am.
soon
I'm
as
live on
Instagram wants to
Instagram.
pick up the info.
Oh my God! Let me fix my hair. If I no, do not touch the hair. It's still wet, and I'd like it to. Oh my God! I have to tell Agatha I am live right now. All right.
Tell her. Let
Good
her
morning,
know.
everybody. Yeah, I don't even know who's gonna watch today. It's not
Hey,
beach day.
it's
No, it's
definitely not.
not.
It's a rainy day. So,
Yes. So
but we hope that you all had a nice 4th of July last week. We didn't come on, and it was a long weekend, clearly.
you wanna? I don't want to spend too much time on that weekend because I
Nah, I
know
don't.
you gotta go. You gotta
Yeah,
go.
yeah, I
You
know.
gotta you gotta catch your plane in half hour.
I gotta see my
So
parents and my sister,
super important. Yeah.
and I'm
Guess
meeting
what?
my new
For
niece.
4th of July, I slept.
Yeah, you slept in?
I
Yeah.
slept. I slept. I was like, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
Staying
That's
right
it.
here. Nice.
Turning on the AC, putting myself back in bed, done.
Very good. It
And
was nonstop for us, to be honest. It
yeah,
was nonstop from the 4th of July all the way up to like Sunday, and we were done. We were burnt out.
I know. That's why I was like, you know what? Everybody has, invitation. It was a long weekend and we
Yeah,
closed off the office, but I was like, I need this one day of this is
sleep.
it, like nothing.
Good. That's better that way.
Yeah. Anyway, so today we're gonna go over a topic that is
Very touchy for some folks.
very touchy.
Brian that goes on Instagram. What's up, Brian? Sorry, I just saw him come up. Sorry,
That's funny. All right, good.
but
So, very yeah, I know it's a very touchy topic.
it
We all
is.
business people and in corporations, they actually have business, mid-year review time, and
Yes,
for us, I think you can adopt it for yourself. You don't have to answer to anyone.
that's right.
And this is something that is like nobody also wants to face the music. Nobody wants to, unless you're extremely serious and you have a coach and you're being trained and you
Yeah,
understand you gotta get your numbers in. But when you freestyling in real estate without a coach, it gets a little bit touchy. You don't want to discuss like, okay, what I've been doing so far, especially in a year like this year,
yeah.
which is you know but
Interesting. It's been an interesting couple of events that have been occurring,
yes.
and this is a good time to look back. And the reason why we're doing mid-year review is because clearly there's less than 6 months left in the year. So
And then if you're really serious about it, by the time October hits, your year is over. Because you're
oh yeah,
not gonna close anything that you're putting on the contract in October. It's not gonna be accounted for 2024. So we don't have much time. Half of July, August, September, a little bit of October,
hmm,
removing all those holidays, back to school and all that. Um, yeah. So but there is still time to do stuff like like I think like all of us, we should be aware of what we've done
correct.
so we can reevaluate and tweak a little bit, right? It's not
100%.
like no judgment, no nothing. If you haven't done much, yeah, get on the saddle. It's time to it's time to
Yeah,
run that business, right? It's never too
100%.
late, and but I think you still need like a plan. Going back over your number, I was telling you, Ed, like we should all know what we've grossed so far in GCI.
Correct.
We should know what this GCI means, how many transactions. This also we all need to know what our list to sell ratio.
Correct.
I mean, right? I mean, to me, it's also a great listing tool. I don't list as much, but I did use my list to sell ratio as
Hmm.
as basically like a little a trump card in my basket, to compare to other agent. And on if we
Powerful.
work with buyers that that spread list to sell ratio, You can show that you've been, you can give good discounts to buyers and so on and so forth, right?
Yeah, I mean, like to your point, it's just a way for you to now show. It's like a resume, I would say, at that point. If you're presenting it to your clients that you're meeting with, if you're taking on listing appointments,
Yeah.
it's your way of not just don't bash the other agents that are on that appointment. I know it's
No, but
hard,
at
but
least,
at least you can
it's all
show
about,
your efforts, what
it's
you've
just
done.
you being an expert, just like you have the numbers on your neighborhood, you have
Hmm.
your own numbers,
Correct.
right? And then, like, talking back about your business, it's like, okay, so you get your business, this is how much you gross. How
Hmm.
much money did you spend on marketing? What were your expenses? A
Correct.
lot of us, myself included, we tend to not even account for that,
Hmm.
right? Let me
Yep.
buy this, let me get this, let me get that. And at the end of the year, when you start tax season, you're crunching, you're going back over all over your statements. Oh my God, what did I do for let's just be real, right?
Yeah. If you get
So
a good account, they'll do it for you.
okay, not saying anything. Thank you. And um I know. So you need to also like reflect on what were your actual, how many hours do you spend a week working on your business? Actual productive time. Not answering emails, not working on the flyer, prospecting,
Actual prospecting and
lead
trying to
generation,
generate
lead
new
conversion,
leads,
follow
new
up.
business.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
How much of that time? I mean, you need to be able and look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, what have I done really? I mean, where do I slack? What needs
Yeah.
to be improved? How is
Yeah.
my presentation? How
And
is
and
my follow up?
I would say what ends up occurring is
Yeah.
the minute someone says lead generation, prospecting, follow ups, that's almost like a heart attack for some of these folks because at the end of the day, it's an action that has to occur. You have to put yourself out there. You have to now start reaching out.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
I would recommend is dividing that into your schedule.
You're
And
right. We were talking
don't.
about time blocking, and this is one thing that, guys, for once and for all, take a calendar, physical one. Here, that's my little
Yeah.
training calendar, which I have. I cut it in half this month because everybody's away and stuff like that, and people were complaining it's too much. Anyway, so take a calendar. I know. Take a calendar and block time. 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, I'm going to be prospecting, whether it's on the phone, whether I'm going to go circle prospecting, whether I'm going to go work on my farm, whether I'm going to do whatever you need to do. It's going to be expired time, it's going to be past client time, whatever, whichever day you choose, but do it. If it's only
Correct.
an hour and a half, do it. Block it off.
Yeah.
And don't go running and say, oh my God, but I had to not do it because I took those buyers out.
Yeah.
No.
No, I get you. Listen, some people get scared if you can't fill it into a schedule. I know I've never heard this in real estate before, but I remember when I was doing outside sales, what they would do is one day out of the week you would actually come in and make phone calls from like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
But not everybody can do that.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, if
Yeah.
you're someone who cannot divide it into a schedule, find a day. Hey, it doesn't have to be Monday through Friday. It could
But you
also be
know
the
what? No,
weekend.
you can divide it. I don't believe it. There is enough time in the day where you can block time.
I know. I know. Some
I
people
know.
are
I
too
don't
busy
want
being
to.
busy.
Yeah, but no. And then once you block it, like, do not, like, this is like priority. Like, do not say, oh my God, I got this obscenity that came in and I'm just gonna drop everything and try to, it's like a goose chase. No, don't, just
Correct.
no, keep that time. That obscenity lead, you're a professional, you can tell them I'm available from this time to this time, and it's not, oh my God, we're gonna bleed, we gotta run. No.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
that, to me, it's like we got to be able to understand that we need to change also some patterns,
Correct.
and that's part of business review. Is my behavior like really, is that my behavior reflects on how much money I'm making?
Mm, that's powerful.
It's sad, right? I don't want to say that. You know, how is my follow-up game? Do I still work with post-its? Do I actually understand that I may need a CRM for good, just even if it's just for following up and stay
Yeah,
top of mind with clients? Like, do I want,
100%.
like, if I had a business plan, like, how how is my what does my business plan look like at this point in time in the year, right?
You know why I think it's another good reason to review your business plan or mid-year review?
Yeah.
It's because around this time, a lot of folks are taking off from work. They're going to take families on vacation. They got to watch the kids. So they start to kind of drift out of it. This is, in my opinion, your opportunity now to go into full effect mode and try to generate more leads because other people are on vacation. You have more opportunity to gain those leads if you're
And
touching
that momentum, yes, yeah.
in a good
Yeah,
way.
and even if you look, I know I sort of, I'm not gonna pat myself on the back, but yeah, I did make sure the summer, like, I know I shipped my kids away to my parents in France, but it was for a reason, for also survival and being a single parent, and my parent wanted to see them, and I would still take 2 weeks off in August and still be with my parents and get my kids back. And but you everything is like clockwork, and I think like a lot of us get caught up into um having life taking over and really us not having any control,
It's true.
right? And I'm old enough, 50, 59, 59. So I'm old enough to know that I'm not letting my life, like all the ancillary things of life, the bullshit, the stuff that wastes your time, the
Yeah, yeah.
the unexpected, the oh crap, crap just hits the fence type of stuff. I just don't want it. I'm going to take a stoic approach to it, like the Stoics in is a philosophy. I'm not going to explain it, but I want to be I don't want to be reactive. I sort of want to say, okay, this is what's happening, and detach yourself.
You want to
Not
be
saying you don't
responsive.
have any emotion, but how will you react to what's happening in your life?
Well,
Type of
I think
philosophy.
I remember hearing it like you don't want to be reactive, you want to be
I
responsive.
of
You want to
course,
be
I
able to
don't want to,
respond.
and I wish that for everybody. You
Yeah,
have to stop
it's
being
not easy.
reactive. You have to
It's not
stop
easy.
running on high emotions. It's a killer. It's stress on your body
Oh
if you
yeah,
really
on your
think about
heart.
it,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
In this day and age of this is a pivotal year to as of August 17, and a lot of agents still do not understand. And I just want to reiterate it a little bit. I hope we have a couple of minutes.
We do.
We, as of August 17, we will need written agreements when working with buyers. It does not mean necessarily that you're going to have a buyer broker agreement, an exclusive contract. An
And
agreement
that's
could be something in writing. I agree to meet you at 11 o'clock just to show you that
really
listing at so and so. Yeah.
interesting. I'm
Why?
glad because that's, I mean, me personally, whenever I'm meeting with somebody, that's typically my response is via text. This is our schedule for tomorrow. Hey, I'm gonna call and
No,
reconfirm with
but
you
in
tomorrow.
writing, we're gonna have to have
Yeah,
some sort of things, to agree with the
but
DOJ.
I'm
But listen, I was reflecting on this because everybody was like, "It's BBA time from August 17." Like, not necessarily. If you really understand the changes and what's going to be needed, it's not necessarily that. Yes, if you're going to work with buyers exclusively, yes, it's better that you actually, like work on an exclusive basis so you don't run around like a chicken with no head and waste your time.
of course.
But I remember pre agency disclosure in the mid 90s. In our offices, we used to have a some sort of an intake form for buyers,
Mhm.
and we had an application, and they actually would have to sign next to each listings we were showing them. So there was a show sheet that they would have to sign each time we actually completed an appointment.
Mm.
Like when I was ready to meet them in the office, I would like, okay, we're going to see this, and they would sign. And
Nice.
they would, I mean, everything was more seller, everything was driven by seller representation at the time. There was no such thing. But at least, you had some sort of an agreement if you think about
Yeah.
it. So let's not make a huge deal about those agreements. Just let's get ready. Let's also get a little bit more educated. MLS Stratus has in their broker on lirealtor.com has a lot of segments that will explain. They have a lot of questions like, what is it, FAQ? That's what it's
FAQs.
called. Yes, yeah, FAQ. So those, like, go there, do that. But knowing that this is a year of change, that's for sure, and adapt and make sure that your business runs smoothly. Make sure that you you're still working with your database, you're still working on growing it, you're still prospecting for listings.
Yep.
You need to also work on lead follow-up more
Right.
than ever. You need to actually work on your pre-qualifying game. You know how many times, like, you remember that simple LP Mama thing?
Yes.
Six questions, six. And then how many agents still fail to just go through the simple process of just asking those six questions? And that would remove so many headaches, like saying, okay, and recommitting, like your presentation skills, handling objections. Now you're going to have to handle the objections. Oh, I can go directly to the listing agent. Are you guys ready to do that?
Let's see.
I know.
Let's see what's gonna unfold. What I
I
like is
know.
just that I think it's gonna be more protection that's added. That's all. We're gonna protect ourselves,
The
and at the same
consumer is
time,
going to
the
be more
consumer is gonna
protected.
protect themselves as well.
It's fine. It's fine.
I
But
think
it's
it's
like,
fair.
so again, like, remember, I'm always talking about being intentional about what you do. Oh, look, my thing is moving again. So let's be more intentional about our business. Let's really, like, if you're not a true professional, I'm sorry to say it, but a lot of a lot of agents are just going to fade away.
Yeah, it's about time we have some more professionalism in the industry.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
think, or maybe things need to change in the way we're getting licensed. Take a look at appraisers that are making a lot less money than we do, and they're going through a rigorous licensing process. Once they're licensed by the Department of State, they have to shadow someone for a year or so. You understand? Like, they cannot just go in the field like this. I'm almost a proponent of something similar, where you would need to be mentored for a while, so at least you know the business and you do it the right way.
correct. It makes sense. There's a lot of, and again, it is what it is, right? Just like there's good doctors and bad doctors, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's unfortunate because it falls on whoever they're learning from. Because quite frankly, I've read the book, gone through it, taken the exam, and once I'm out there in the field, I never looked at that book again.
because there
You
is
know,
nothing to look at.
exactly. Everything else is based on sales. You're selling, but everyone is so
Yes.
stuck
So
on the
sales
fact of,
technique yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's more of a development, which unfortunately, not every brokerage that you go to will actually give you that time and train you and say, hey, this is how you do sales. And like you said, Gigi, hey, come with me, shadow me for a minute. Let's go. Let me show you how this works. This is how we kind of go through the calls. But then at the
Listen,
same time,
when you see, like, the what you call that, in those high end, anything that, look, even electrician, you
yep,
have to be an apprentice. Any
plumbers too.
skills, electrician, plumber, carpentry, wood carving, like all
Or you're
those,
licensed.
like all
I don't
those
know if it changed
fields.
now. I don't know if it changed now, but like the plumbing trade, for example, if to get licensed, you had to be an apprentice for like eight
Yes.
years
Yes, imagine that.
before you
Eight
become a
years.
master plumber.
Exactly. Exactly. So it tells you something.
Yep. I want to be a master real estate agent.
Right. So exactly. So what is wrong with, I'm not saying it's 8 years to shadow someone, but
Yeah.
I think your first year, why not having a mentor, and not being greedy and say, oh, let me make like 80% of zero.
Yeah. But then but then hold on, because that's a double-edged sword. Yes,
Yes.
be willing to be trained, be willing to go out there and invest, right? But at the same time, if you're going to take somebody on and mentor them, you too should be investing your time, your funds to try to help this person. Don't expect them to just come onto your team and then you want to just kind of like, like, hey, you got
Oh, of
this.
course, of
You
course,
know what
of
I mean?
course.
So it's a
Yeah.
double-edged sword,
So,
but
but I
that's what
think
we
like
need more of.
because changes are coming, like we don't have that structure where there is strong mentorship in the business, especially for new
Yeah.
agents. Actually, I was listening something from Jared James, and I know we have to go very soon. I don't know if you know Coach Jared James. You ever heard of
No,
him?
can't say that I have.
Actually, this year, or 2023 numbers,
Yeah.
experienced agent, just like yourself, and I know you're going to agree with me, experienced agent made more money than last year versus new agents that made less money.
Wow.
So, and it's sad, and I understand.
Yeah.
Like we have all new agents, and they want, we need to have the new blood coming in. But right now, it's the market is such that when you really experience, when you really know what you're doing, you are going to basically people are going to gear towards
Yeah,
working
they're gonna
with you
gravitate towards
than
you.
a newbie. Yeah,
Correct.
and I know it's sad, and I know it sounds not fair, but it is what it is. So
Yeah.
yes, last year, experienced agent made more money than the year before versus new agent that made less money than the year before.
Yeah. Well, that see, so that's where it kind of comes down to you as an individual, which, like Gigi said before, if you're doing your mid-year reviews, and you shouldn't even wait till the end to 6 months
No,
passes. To
you
be
remember
honest,
we
you
always
should be
talking
reviewing
about,
every month.
yeah, going every month and see what go tracing back of what am I doing, what am I
Correct.
doing, like you
Yeah.
even had, like I remember when you were doing stuff also, like the micro reviews on every day,
Correct.
like did I do what I said I was doing. And
Yeah.
then it's like the one bite at a time philosophy, one bite at a time, one
Correct.
step at a time, one day at a time, one week at a time, one month at a time, one quarter at a time, one half year at a time, one year at a time, and then
Yeah.
working on your 5-year plan. And I know you have one because I know you and we talk about it, and I know what you want to do. And and because now you got more experience, you're taking this to a whole different level than you did
Correct.
5 years ago,
Correct.
right? And you're
Yeah.
okay with admitting, oh shit, I need to work on this a little bit more, I'm sort of falling back, this is where I need to tweak, this is where I need to improve, then the numbers
Yeah.
will change.
It's true.
And
You
all
know.
of us, when I say this, I'm looking at myself as well, even in a managerial position, like you do like those SWOT, what is it called, like those SWOT assessments, what's working, what's not
Mm.
working, what's defective, what needs to be addressed, what's running well, like it's running well, let's not even go over it, let's focus on something else right now that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
I know this is a very heavy topic, people, but we have to talk about it. We do. No,
Yeah.
it's always, we cannot do, like $1 million listings where it's so easy and
No.
nice all the time. It's not, this is not real life.
People always wonder what that person did to be so successful. And little do they realize it's like you said before, one day at a time, one step at a time. No one noticed all the effort they put in. No one even saw the struggles that they went through,
Yeah, of course.
right? That person still believed in themselves hard enough to continue to go, not even knowing what was there, but just to have blind faith. And those are the people that continue to put effort into their
And guess
business.
what? There are no saviors out there to help you out. You're on your own. I mean, yeah, you could have, like, I know Ed and I in our
Believe in a higher
professional
power too.
history, like we have, like we help each other, we give each other a tip and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're still alone. You still got to
Yes.
do this alone.
Yeah, you're in the field, but it feels like you're out there by yourself. Correct.
But you are, yes.
Yeah.
And let's face that. I mean, there are no saviors. You are your own saviors.
Listen, my dad always told me you're born by yourself, and unfortunately, you will die by yourself.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
again, I mean, like that's why we're giving those lives. That's why we want to be raw
yeah,
and really like truthful, what we believe is the truth, and what we believe we need to discuss in this business. And I'm glad we still have those platforms and social media to be able. And I know it's not super popular. We don't have tens of thousands of followers, but at
But we
least
will.
groups that we are reaching, as long as there is a little bit of an impact and we
Yeah.
might change someone's, just one person's life, why not?
Listen, it gets lonely out there, but we're here, right? Let's connect, let's talk, let's chat. We put these lives up for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not easy
So yeah,
being out there. It's not easy trying to figure out how to settle your business, but let's talk about it. And if you have specific questions, bring it up. Don't be
yeah,
shy. Don't be
call us
scared.
out, call on us. You know where to find us.
Yeah,
If you guys need a little bit of even knowing where to begin to do that mid-year review, please. I mean, call me. I'm ready. You can reevaluate stuff. I don't
yeah,
even have to look at your own number, but just can give you some pointers.
yeah.
So it doesn't have to be
We
invasive.
can kind of give you a step by step what you can go through, plug your numbers in. We get it. Sometimes people don't like to show it, and that's fine. But hey, if it helps you kind of get yourself on track so that you know how you're going to finish off the year,
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's talk about it.
that's it. I guess you gotta catch a plane now.
I do. I got to see mama and papa
Oh,
and
that's
young
gonna
and
feel
my
so
sister.
good. That's
Hey,
gonna
my
feel.
niece, I got a new niece now. She's like 5, 6 months old. I'm going to meet her for the first
Oh
time, yo. I'm so
my God,
excited.
so cute. And here,
So,
my own sister is there. Oh, look at this.
you see, Gigi, that's all
Oh,
you need. That's all
I
you
know.
need.
And she's at the other end of the world. I love it. I love you, my sister. So this is my baby sister. Love it.
Uh,
I love it.
that's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah. All
Awesome.
right,
Well,
guys.
folks, enjoy your weekend. Gigi, thanks again. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Sure.
But I'm gonna go get on a plane now and go visit my fam.
Yeah. When are you coming back? Can you do a show next
Saturday.
week?
Yeah, yeah, I'll be here. I'll be a Saturday. I'll be back Saturday, but I'll be available for Friday. That's fine. I'll probably
Saturday.
have some.
Okay, so we can do a quick little Saturday, Friday, something like quickie, another
Yeah,
half
we'll
hour.
put something up.
Yeah.
I don't see
All
why
right,
not.
guys.
Cool.
Let's run those open houses. I think I didn't even calculate how many open houses we have, but I know we do have a bunch. We probably have about like 30 open houses this weekend.
Yeah.
Check your MLS, see what's up. Like let's get busy. All right, rates are
Do it.
going down. It's better. It's election year, so rates started dipping a little bit.
So let's talk about it.
Sure, let's do that. Yeah, sure. Let's have a talk on that. Yeah. All right. See
All
you
right,
guys.
folks. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend. Peace.